Malaysia is a land of many stories that reflect identity, history, and the emotional life of its people. In this anthology, we explore how Malaysian literature represents society, especially through the theme of gender roles and women empowerment. Malaysia is a multicultural country shaped by interactions between Malay, Chinese, Indian, and indigenous communities. This diversity is reflected in our literary heritage, from traditional forms such as pantun, syair, and hikayat to contemporary poetry, short stories, and film. However, one thing remains consistently significant, which is the life experiences of women in society. For many generations, women have often been portrayed as the emotional caretakers of the family, passionate, nurturing, and enduring. But modern Malaysian authors challenge this portrayal, presenting women as strong, thoughtful, and independent individuals who face emotional, cultural, and societal pressures with resilience. Through our selections of poems, short stories, and film, we aim to highlight how women across different periods navigate expectations, express their individuality, and fight for emotional and personal freedom.
From the 19th century, particularly during the post-colonial era, it became the beginning of literary works in Malaysia. Two most remarkable female writers, which are known by Rafi'ah Yusof and Kamaria Sa'adun, produced novels in 1941, respectively entitled Wise Love or Cinta Budiman and Two Adventurers or Dua Pengembara. These female writers make classical and modern literature turn into a real discussion and depiction of women's lives and redefine what it means to be a woman within the high expectations of being a good person as well as other external forces that restrict them.
The main key points of this poem is rejection of patriarchal control. It is because this refusal of the proposal of Sultan Mahmud by the princess is the catalyst, which means that she is now fighting back against patriarchal control and domination. The major key points in this poem is women as victims of oppression and violence. This poem also once introduces both victimhood of women who are victims of systematic violence, which are both physical and psychological, as well as people resisting who regain their voice through writing and movement.
The poem reflects on the complexities of motherhood, gender roles, and women's empowerment through perseverance and sacrifice. The poem is a reflection on the speaker's mother, who was very young when she got married to a man much older, bound to traditional roles as a means to domestic skills and keeping up the family duties. There are three key points that can be highlighted. The first one is challenging traditional gender roles. The second point, assertion of emotional agency. The last point from this poem is the recognition of the cycles of women's universal experiences. It's about how personal and collective histories are intertwined in how memory preserves. It's a reflection on identity, heritage, and the passage of time in a post-colonial and deeply personal context. The poem becomes an act of remembrance, showing how history is not just written in books but lived through the life of the ordinary people, especially women who often remain unnamed in history.
The short story journey tells the experience of a young girl who is sent by her mother to collect traditional herbal medicine from the town. At home, her mother is ill, yet she remains gentle, patient, and strong. Meanwhile, her father is irresponsible and inattentive, spending his time gambling instead of supporting his family. And this contrast shows how women are often expected to shoulder the emotional and caregiving responsibilities even when they themselves are suffering.
Anita is a story that focuses on a girl named Anita from the point of view of her female friend. They were friends since school days, highlighting their closeness in friendship. In the story, Anita is known and perceived as a model citizen and woman, as she is brilliant in her ways. The story tells a story of Anita and her friend's path to a career with the same passion and responsibilities as others, but was discriminated against by the society which holds them in a rough system of inequality and obstruction for having ambitions of their own. In the end, the story highlights how women are then forced to be mindful of their actions without reason as they fear for being mistaken as someone who takes something for granted and appears too obscene.
It tells the story of Orchid, a Malay schoolgirl, and Jason, a Chinese boy who sells private DVDs. More than a romance, Sapet is Yasmin's message about identity, acceptance, and the courage to love freely. In the end, Sapet is not just a story about love, but also about strength and empowerment. Orchid's resilience, confidence, and compassion show that women can be powerful without losing their gentleness. Yasmin Ahmad gives a woman a voice that speaks of courage, freedom, and dignity.